Yeah, hello, dear friends. Today I want to do a follow up to my earlier post, which I showed this grandmaster of a guy. Maybe it was a skit or is a true video, I do not know. But I presented it, I showed you guys how people in the comment section were asking that they want to join this grandmaster. Even though he was lamenting that he joined that organization, he has made a lot of money, he sacrificed his father, his mother, and even his future children, and that he was there lamenting that with all the money he was not happy. People still wanted to join the organization. That was in my last post. So it made me remember something that series of experiences which I've had, because I used to be the secretary of my own esoteric organization. As some of you know, I'm a member of the Rosicrucian Order, which is far older than the Freemasons, and we have ancient knowledge, spiritual knowledge, right from ancient Egypt till now. And people, when they want to, people have this mindset that the Rosicrucian Order is an occultic organization. There's a difference between the occult and the mystical. The occult is where you use conjure all sorts of spirits to be able to achieve certain things, whereas the mystical is where the power is from within. So the Rosicrucian Order is a mystical organization. So when people sometimes, because they do not know what it is about, when they want to come, being the secretary, after they've seen the master, they will come and meet me. Then I was the secretary, and they will come and they will tell me they want to join. And the first question I ask them is, why do you want to join? And majority of the time, they tell me that it's either they want money, they want fame, or they want power. And my response to them was that we don't do anything like that here. What we do is seek ye first the kingdom of God, and the rest will be added unto you. And that the kingdom of God is within. Once you tap into that thing, all these things are talking about will be added unto you. And many of them get disappointed because in the order, we read a lot. We do a lot of research, we do a lot of reading. And many of them are not prepared. They just want the one that they will sacrifice and start getting results immediately. There was a particular incident. A pastor came and he said he wanted to join, because this organization is open to any person. It can be a Christian, Muslim, pagan, whatever, because it's actually a school of learning. It is not a religious organization, it's a school of learning. So this pastor now came and told me that he wanted to join, a young guy. And I was looking at him, I told him, okay, this is what we do here. He said, I now asked him, why do you want to become a member? He said he wants to grow his membership strength in his church. I was like, okay, we can show you how to do this through meditation and everything. And I was like, no, that he wants to grow the thing very quickly. He's having a crusade and he needs to grow the thing very fast. And I was looking at the guy. He now told me that many of these big pastors, that's what they do, that he knows he's in the right place. So I was still trying to convince him that, look, see, this is how we can show you through meditation, visualization. And he now looked at me and said, Oga, it be like say you don't know where you do. This organization where you do, he get some kind sacrifice, some kind cocoa where you will be secretary, no. And I now looked at the guy and I laughed. Because I all my life I've been a member of the order, secretary, then master, then all that. So I was not looking at the guy and I was not laughing. I was like, no, what you're talking about, we don't do anything like that. And after some time, he left, he didn't come back. Even though I quoted the Bible, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added unto you. You know these things. He still refused and went away. In another instance, another guy now came and told me that he wants to join the organization and that he could be bringing fresh human head for us. And I now looked at him. I told him we don't do anything like sacrifice. We don't even kill chicken. We don't kill goats. We don't do anything. It's purely meditation and reading and accessing the God within. The guy was now disappointed and now left. Majority of the cases that I've seen, out of, let me say, 80% of the people that come leave. They don't come back. Only 20% stay and are ready to assess this spiritual thing. Because what this organization does is just like, it's like that. You have deeper knowledge of Christianity, Islam, and every organization. You will have deep knowledge of spirituality. But many people are not ready for that. They just want real wealth. And I just, most of the time when I tell them, I'm always like, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Because when you tap into the spiritual, you shall lack nothing. I want to cite an example here of Jesus the Christ. Remember, there was an incident when I think it was Simon Peter met him and told him that some taxpayers had come and they needed to pay the tax. And Jesus Christ instructed him to go into the river and catch a fish and open the belly, and he will see the exact amount, the exact coin that was needed to pay the tax of his son. Simon Peter did that, and he got the fish and paid the tax. When you tap into the spiritual, that's the kind of wealth we have. You will lack nothing because God will provide you exactly what you need as at that time. Not the one that will make you to sin or to fall, but to exalt you. Many of those organizations that promise wealth, what they do is that they'll bring the wealth that is in front of you. Maybe you're supposed to make money in your 50s or your 60s. They'll to you when you're in your 20s and you blow the whole thing. Or you carry all sorts of women that will bring you down spiritually or give you disease. If you're a woman, your womb will go, or many things will just start happening. And in order to maintain the wealth, you now start sacrificing your future children, your mother, your father, and it's not necessary. But if you are truly blessed by God, God will give you the kind of money, knowing fully well that you are ready and matured enough to be able to use that money very well for yourself, to better yourself and to better others. And that is why patience is very important. You need to understand that everything comes from the spiritual. If you tap into the spiritual, you will lack nothing. And that is what true esoteric organizations do. So I just said, let me just share this with you guys so that you understand what is happening. As I said in the last days, when I quoted 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 to 6.
But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God.
They said that in the last days, people will be lovers of money, they'll be disobedient, they'll be boastful. That is what is happening now. It is only few people that will actually climb to that spiritual realm. And this thing is actually happening. There's a lot of things happening in the spiritual realm that people are not aware of. And there are some of us that are here to try and guide humanity back to that level. You do not need to now service your lower desires. Instead, focus on the spiritual. When you focus on the spiritual, God will everything.
So seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added unto you. Stay blessed.